And what's up guys, from my freaking review, and today we are doing something new. I am introducing a new series called Pokemon X and Y Link Battles. Now, the first one I'm going to show you guys is again a good friend of mine, Rex. Now, as you can tell by the teams, I chose kind of a random team against him. I wanted to see how well I do, and you'll be surprised about how well I kind of do, yet he sadly wins on his part because look how good that team is. Now, let's get started. Watch the battle. Now, he does send out his Delphos first, and I send Maui, expecting him to actually send out like Brendan, to be honest. I did not expect that, and want to bother with switching out because I knew Mallow would die anyways, because mine doesn't know any good moves. And so that's when I found my Floatzel, and he's feeling really confident that I found my Floatzel first just for this battle against him. And he didn't even like, he honestly thought his Delphos, he thought his Delphos could kill me in one hit, but then I expected defense him down, sadly, and I did not expect to knock out his Delphos so easily. I expected his Delphos to sweep at least a good portion of my team. But it ended up proving that Floatzel ended up being a good use for my team here. Well, sort of. He kind of dies right here. See, I do get a good, like, 2-person with Floatzel, but then my friend then he uses the Hypnosis, which makes the first time as you saw, but hit the second time, which is not good because now Floatzel is asleep, even though he's a good member of this team, and then he's like dreaming it to the game health. So yeah, it kind of stops us. And Floatzel goes down after defeating his Delphos and almost defeating his Spiritomb, so Floatzel, you were good. You did good. Now here comes my Escavalier, which, he was Bug Buzz, so I was kind of hoping to actually finish that in the match. As you can see, it did a good portion, but the Hypnosis missed and got me the second time, just like Floatzel. But, you guys may not know this, but, from what I remember, a move like Green is not very effective against Escavalier. Which, when I noticed this, I kind of figured, you know, we might be able to actually wake up, eventually. Don't get me wrong, he does wake up eventually from this. And, my friend he gets annoyed of us, like, you know, he kind of figured, and then he goes for the feint attack. I don't know why he did that. He could have used another Omnionix Wing, and, I finally woke up and I used a Bug Buzz to finish him. That ends Spiritomb right there, dead in its tracks. But, sadly, he sends out his Charizard, and there's nothing I can do. His Cavalry's already weakened, and he Mega Evolves it to Mega X. Which, actually, surprised me quite much, really. I forgot he had Charizard X. Uses Slash, almost placed me on one hit. He forgot I was a Steel type. Went for the Headbutt, hoping to do some damage, and it did do some decent damage. Now I thought Escavalier could survive the Dragon Rage, but it looks like it didn't actually survive it. So now he sends in his I send him Staravia. And, of course, and, don't really expect much from Staravia. Yes, Staravia is actually a decent good, it is good Pokemon, really. I go for the Aerial Ace, doesn't do much. He goes for the Flame Burst. I believe, yeah, as I can remember, one-shot me, sadly. So, really, and then I send out Goomy, the almighty Goomy. Now, as you can see, Dragon Rage, use the Dragon Rage there. Now, you guys can please tell me why Dragon Rage didn't do much, why it doesn't count as super effective. And then I go for Dragon Breath, and I got some good damage, and doing it, since I paralyzed him, and make Goomy faster. I knew I could use another Dragon Breath to finish off that pesky Charizard, And I believe we are actually down. I think Green is our last one, if I remember correctly. And Greninja becomes an ice type because his Greninja type is a protein, sadly. And I'm not sure if I called it or not. I'm not sure. And oh yeah, I had Bird Mite, that's right. And he goes for the aerial ice, changes into a flying type, which I don't know why he would do that, because then I use the ice ball technique, which is super effective against flying type. And then he goes for the aerial ice once again, almost killing us, but then I use another ice ball, hoping I would finish him, but as you see, he holds on with like 2 HP, and then he uses the grass knot to finish me off, and I'm pretty sure that's actually it. I'm pretty sure that's it. As you have seen, that's our last Pokemon. Now, sadly I lost, but you guys gotta admit, the teams were kind of unfair. Now I'm gonna show you kind of round 2 of mine and his fights. Let's see, I gotta find it. Where was it? Ah, yes. Then it was round 2 of our matches. Now this one was a little closer than the last one. As you can see here, I have a better team. And he has kind of a random team. So, let's see how this works out. Now, alright, yep. As you can see, I go for the Blaziken first, expecting him to send out, I believe, Lucario. Turns out he sent out his Blaziken. Now, keep in mind guys, this Blaziken I have is not the Blaziken you get from the special event. This Blaziken is the Blaziken I kind of raced from White 2. I raced it from an itty-bitty little Torchic, and now it is a full-grown Blaziken. Sadly though, I thought, as you can see, it is not going to be able to see this. Now, I thought the Brave Bird would kill him, but I was kind of kamikazing it, but it did not, so I lost Blaziken within the first, but then I lost Blaziken, sadly, and Blaziken was going to be an important role here. So then I go for the Ampharos. Now, you guys may already know, you guys may have already guessed Ampharos in Mega Roll. Now we're going to watch his hair. And now moving on, now that Ampharos is now Dragon and Electric type, use the Sky Uppercut again, which is actually a fighting type move, so it does neutral to us. I go for the Thunderbolt just to finish him off. And that does end him, thank God. And then he goes for Lucario, because I believe his Lucario knew, he wanted to Mega Evolve his Lucario, and he Mega Evolved. And I believe he uses like Dragon Pulse or he uses like Extreme Speed and it finishes me out. Oh, he used Close Combat. Wow, I do not remember this match at all. I was really hoping Ampharos would be a good portion of our team as well. Both Ampharos and Blaziken I think were really my best too, sadly. So I go for the Coughing. Now you guys are probably wondering, oh, why did you send in Coughing? He's gonna die. And you guys are going to see why in a second. He becomes a decent role, really. He at least weakens his Earth. He at least does something with it. The Flamethrower. It doesn't kill him. Almost does. Sadly. Then he goes for the Aura Sphere, which does finish me off, sadly, but I was expecting Coughing to die. I just wanted him to be a dummy. That way, we could... I already knew where to weaken him. I'm looking at this, I sent out my Electros, which is a very beefy Pokemon, by the way, guys. Using another Flamethrower he did not expect at all. That surprised him. He told me it surprised him, really. He did not expect an Electros from a Flamethrower. Then he sends out his Metagross. I do not know why he did this. I believe it was because he was trying to, make sure that actually knocked me out, but then I go with a one-shot Flamethrower, and it only took about half health, sadly. Then he goes for a Shadow Ball, and does not kill me. still. So we go for another flamethrower, and boom, takes out the second Pokemon. Now, next up was this Togekiss, as you can see. And I used the Dazzling Gleam, which does sadly finishes those off. So I lost the Electrode, and didn't know what Electric I used, guys. Don't worry about that. So I go with the Chansey, and then I use the Dazzling Gleam once again. Chansey is my tanky Pokemon, just for like a troll, basically. I kind of mainly use it for like a Thunder Wave there. I'm gonna go for an Ice Beam as well. Hopefully, that was like the only move I had that could do any damage. I don't know why I did it. Honestly, it was a bad choice by my part. So, you guys get a good couple of hits in with the Metronome and Dazzling Gleam in this battle. And, as you can tell, as you can probably guess, his Togekiss takes out our Chansey, sadly. You guys are probably like, oh, how he paralyzed, there's no way he could have. But he did. The Ice Beam is not enough, and he goes for the Brick Break. Curious, I survived that last one, and then I go for another Ice Beam, which is great because I do weaken it a little over half. And then I do survive another round, luckily. I was so lucky in this battle. I got so lucky. And I go for another Ice Beam, which brings it down to really low HP. But I thought he would be paralyzed again, but nope. Turns out he used Dazzling Gleam, takes out my Chansey, and now I'm my Regius. Now, Regius becomes a good role in this battle. He does take out... He is actually pretty good. But, yeah, it's probably like, oh, Regius sucks. No, it does not, actually. He will prove you wrong. Now, he does have his Salamence, aka Aragon. I don't know why he did this. They sent out Aragon. I'm not quite sure why. He wasn't sure why either. He kind of told me after the fight it was an accident. He didn't want to. And he goes for the Fly, hoping I think to kill me, but I survive it, and I use a Frost Touch, which does, luckily for me, one-shot him, getting rid of that pesky Salamence. So yeah, that was a good thing. Next up, this is where I lose, because the Excadrill is at full HP, sadly, and goes for the Earthquake to take me out and finish me off. So yeah, there was nothing I could do about that. We both said GG after that. It was a good match. It was close. Very close indeed, actually. Now, time for round 3. I will show you guys round 3 in just a moment. This battle was taking place after that last match. Again, I put together another random team you guys may like. You guys may like this. Yes, I sent out my Zapdos, and if you guys can't tell, in case you can't tell, Arceus is in its ghost-type form. It does give a nice team, which, does do a lot of damage to me, but luckily I go for the Discharge, and, luckily it paralyzes him. I got lucky there, guys. So I go for the Drill Peck, and it's all fine. And I'm thinking I could just use another Discharge and gotten, a lot more damage off of him. But I did make the mistake of using Drill Peck because I thought Drill Peck was really strong. But turns out, Zapdos does not have a good peck. A good feet, obviously. So I go for Reshiram. Hopefully to take it out with Crunch, since I know it's Ghost type. And which it does not, and he goes for Special Rend with his Arceus. Well, no, actually, no. It's Arceus' signature move, and then I bring out another Crunch, taking out one Arceus anyways. As you saw, he had 2 Arceuses, 1 Ghost form and 1 Fairy form. Now here's where the Fairy form comes out. he does use Judgment, which does almost take me out, and I go for Veteran's signature move, Fusion Flare, which looks really cool in this game, and I did a good amount of damage, really. And then he goes for Garatina's signature move, Shadow Force. I go for another Fusion Flare, hoping to do a lot more damage, but then he uses Shadow Force, finishes me off, and that'll be the end of that round. Sadly. Now I send in Dialga, because as you guys may know, Steel is Strongest Fairy. So I anticipated that. He uses my own move against me. But what he doesn't know is that it does neutral damage. So I go for the Flash Cannon. Therefore taking out Arceus. Arceus dies. Finally got rid of the second Arceus. He sends out of the Plaza. Now, he goes for the Draco Meteor right off the bat, but misses luckily, and then I go for the Roar Time, which does one-shot the Rayquaza. Thank God, because Rayquaza would have been a big annoyance in this battle if that Draco Meteor would have hit. Then he turns out it was Mewtwo. Now, his Mewtwo, keep in mind, is not Mewtwo from this game. It is Mewtwo actually from, like, his old Pokemon, I believe, Fire Red version or something. So, it does know Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Blanco, I believe, and Spike Strike. Now, he does defeat Dialga, however, because Dialga must be charged, sadly, and I was disappointed by that because he got an extra 2 shots in on me. I was lucky to get an extra Earthquake in there when I could have gone to Roar Time, which, trust me, would have done a lot more damage. I know that now. So now I send in Noctowl just as a distraction. He's not a very good Pokemon. I didn't have any good moves on him at all. Noctowl was just kind of there to be a distraction. I did get one fly-in on him, and he thought the Thunderbolt would hit me. But I knew that only Thunder could hit me. And a Sky Uppercut. Or a Smackdown. And he does take out the Noctowl, but that was okay because I didn't really think Noctowl would be any use in this battle. Anyways, then he goes for the Regirock. And he uses the Side Strike, which does do a lot of damage, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't do a lot, but it does a good amount. Does do a good amount of damage. Use the Ice Beam on me. I did go for the Charge Beam, by the way, guys. Then I go for the Zap Cannon right there, which does destroy him a bit. And paralyzes him, thank God. As soon as that happened, I went for the Dig. And me and him both agreed, by the way, that no switching through our battle. So he goes for the Flamethrower to kill me, but I use the Dig. And, yeah. And now here's Dunzo. Mewtwo finally is gone. Then he turns out his Darkrai. And Darkrai is Shadow Ball. I knew we were dead. So Regirock dies, even though I feel like he could have been a bigger help. Sort of. And, here comes my Podio, as you guys may have saw. And I go for the Secret Sword right off the bat, his signature move, and destroy Darkrai in one hit. So next up is actually Deoxys in its speed form, I believe, and he goes for the Thunderbolt, which I actually did not expect from a Deoxys. I didn't really expect that at all, and he paralyzed me. As you guys may have noticed in our last 2 fights, it was mainly me who paralyzed him. You guys may have noticed in all of our matches, it was me who was paralyzed Rex in the past. But nope, this round he had a paralysis in on me. And I used a hidden power, got a good hit on him, but he used to recover. So it's another Thunderbolt, sadly, and then I use another hidden power. Luckily this one hits. But he does, and then this time he uses the Ghost Pulse, which does kill me sadly, and killing you has also been a bigger help in our conquest. And that was game. Now, guys, if you like this kind of new stuff, which will be posted every now and then, please leave a like showing you love it. Also comment me your friend code in case you ever want to battle me yourself. Goes like that. See you next time.